First tonight, community members continue to pay tribute to a mother and her teenage daughter who police say appear to be the victims of a murder-suicide. I'm Sarah Diamond.
And I'm Josh Smith. Thank you for joining us today. Bristol, Tennessee police said officers found a mother and her teenage daughter dead in a home on Trammell Road. Family members have since identified the victims as Christina Robinson and 17-year-old Gabrielle Kennedy. Police say both had gunshot wounds.
Robinson's estranged husband, Michael Robinson, was also dead in the home. Investigators say he appeared to have died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. While the case is still open, police say the fact that the main suspect is dead complicates the case.
Well, it becomes difficult. I mean, during the investigation, we found nothing that's changed our initial belief that Mr. Robinson was responsible for the death of both victims and the fact that he took his own life prior to our arrival.
Just days after the shooting, family members are speaking out and remembering those two who were taken too soon.
As Kelly GROSFIELD tells us, it's been a roller coaster of emotions.
The community is still in shock following this senseless shooting death of a mother and a daughter, but the family says they want to remember the legacy they left behind rather than focusing on the tragic event that took their lives.
They were better than the world that we live in, and I think that is true. And God needed them more than we did here.
Tracy Romans not only lost her niece and her sister, but her best friend. She says the call she received Saturday morning is a call she'll never forget. But for Jesse Kennedy, the father of 17-year-old Gabby Kennedy, who was killed this past weekend, he says the memory of this will haunt him.
I seen it happen live via the video footage that was being fed from the house. And I gathered my stuff and went over there as quick as I could.
Just a few days later, this memorial sits on Gabby Kennedy's parking spot in the senior lot of Tennessee High School, a school where she was a scholar, an athlete, and an inspiration to so many.
That is one person who loved more and harder than anybody I've ever met, and I want to be like her, and I want to live the rest of my life doing what she did each and every day.
The strongest words coming from young Cameron Kennedy.
It's going to be hard living life without her. No wish. They both are still here.
While they continue to wrap their heads around what happened, they're thankful for the outpouring of community support. Hundreds gathering Sunday night, holding a candlelight vigil to remember the two.
They loved everybody so much. And I'll know that they'll continue to shine their light down on us.
As far as the person responsible for this, Jesse Kennedy says justice is being served.
That is the one thing, it helps us hold it together, that he knew he was guilty and he adjudicated himself, and now he's doing the time.
Family members tell me that funeral arrangements are in the works. They're still searching for a venue that will be large enough to accommodate everyone. Reporting in Bristol, Tennessee, Kelly GROSFIELD, News Channel 11.
Kelly, thank you. The suspect, Michael Robinson, was the subject of a joint investigation into allegations of child abuse. Detectives, we learned from police recently, had secured what's called a grand jury CAPTA, charging him with several counts in relation to that child abuse investigation.